Hello everyone, welcome back. We are doing another stream yet again. I need to do stuff here, so I decided I would put myself on camera yet again, so it kind of forces me to do stuff and not procrastinate. Right. I'm just going to post this link up again like I normally do. And then away we go. Okay, so we're good. We're good. I'm just doing stuff now. Let's see. Hey, Sammy. What's up? Let's try and do things this way. My phone acting the fool, says Sammy. It might not look like I'm doing anything. I'm actually doing another one of those streams where stuff's going on in the background. This is not the actual new ruins. This is obviously the old one that you can see at the moment. I think somebody might have my personal info. Says, oh no. How did that happen? I was looking for jobs, so sorry. Oh, right. You've give out info that way, and then next moment, it's like, oh, somebody's got your personal info. Let's move that up there. Yeah, I'm just like sticking stuff around in the ruins here to try and make this look good again. So you won't be able to see stuff for a while, and I'm gonna have to also add foliage stuff probably to try and make in here look good just based off what I'm doing. I might actually have to. My phone kept going spam, spam, spam. Oh no. That does not sound good. I'm just seeing what I need here. I need the stone sign for the ruins. There are so many things like I need to take into consideration here. Lego are now doing One Piece. Yeah, I've seen the set for it. I saw it the other day. I'm just pulling up a page here. I need a web page for this. I should really like record parts of this. But yeah, there's a page that I use for normals that's gonna be handy for doing the next bit. I'm just gonna be doing signs and stuff in a moment. You'll be able to hear that in a little bit, unless I turn the stuff off. By the way, this is not, for anyone coming in, this is not the new ruins. This is the old ruins. I just have that on while I'm working on the new ruins in the background. So yeah, that's just there as placeholder for the time being while I cheekily do work and try and make everything look good. Let's try that. Move that over. I'm really happy because the other night I got one of the other details done that I was trying to do with like 3D stuff, and it just looks so nice now in terms of like it actually filling in a portion of the map that I wanted. It was specifically the details for like the puzzle room, you know, where you fall down and you have to make your way across to get to the room with the 3 switches. It's that one basically. At one point, he told me I had 400 photos from 4 years ago would be deleted, even though I haven't had the phone that long. So, oh god, that's crazy. Woman says, how you never get tired of boring parts when creating all of this? Because I'm excited. Like, I'm focused on the end goal, you know. The end goal of having everything done. That's what keeps me going. You know, so I'm just seeing the end and going, yeah, let's just keep going. You know, so for anyone that's fascinated in how I keep going and keep going and keep going and never really give in with this, well then you know why. You know, I just really love this project. Like, it's not boring to me in the slightest, and I always come up with like new ways of trying to do stuff or trying to fix things and making things better, so that also helps. Thanks, bro, that's inspiring. It's like I've said before, like when you think about it, if I didn't focus on the individual bits and just sort of went absolutely crazy at it, then like I said previously, on the core update after I was done, where I said, yeah, I'm pretty burned out because I'd been working on it for like a year non-stop. That's the type of thing that would burn me out. But you just got to take it at a steady pace and make sure that you're not overworking yourself, and then you're good. Sammy, that just sounds totally nuts. I'd be careful with that for obvious reasons. Like, at the moment, in terms of what's going on, I'm literally just, like, taking the foliage and applying that to areas. So I've got, like, different bits of foliage that I've made, or pre-made, and I'm just applying, like, bits to the spider area now. Because to include the same like sort of like lighting that I wanted to in that setup with the mushrooms and everything, it has to have more foliage in it. And I figure spiders are gonna like setting up near foliage anyway, because it's the whole thing of then they can hide in it, or at least be near something like that. So it's like, oh, okay. Plus I can try and like make the ruins still look overgrown. Like, I'm really enjoying just playing around with this now and trying to get it to look the absolute best that it can. There's some more stuff that I need to check later on. Spiders can learn your routine. Did you know that, Sammy? No, I did not know that. That's fascinating. How the heck, like, how smart are spiders? Because I've been trying to, look up stuff recently, just to do with like I think it was wolf dogs that are obviously different, but I was looking up stuff for wolf dogs because they were saying, like, when I got recommended them in video the other day, it was like Czechoslovakian wolfhounds or something are supposed to be about as smart as a 6-year-old, and I'm like, oh that's awesome, you know. So trying to get this. I don't want to put too much foliage in this room with the spiders, but at the same time, it's like having it be overgrown is, again, pretty neat. Because there's this story about a spider that would only come out at midnight. I mean, they pretty much only come out at night, seemingly anyway. I think. And there would be AirPods sitting on the desk. Okay, where's this going? Muffet gotta be one of those Australian spiders. Seeing if when I do the lighting now with the mushrooms, whether it kind of goes back to looking the way that I had it in the first version of the ruins, which is the one in the background at the moment. If you're just coming in, you're actually seeing the old version of the ruins. Because I'm not spoiling the new version. It scared the guy and he woke up again to the spider basically listening to the music from the AirPods. Oh my god! That's crazy. Okay, if I do that and then make that more of a pinky purple colour, that's not too bad. What I'm trying to do here is just blend the lighting, because I'm trying to get it so it looks really good, like the one in the background that you're seeing at the moment. Like I'm doing this area again here, but giving it a bit more detail, carrying over stuff from like later on with Muffet and Hotland, and being like, you know what, I could do that again at the beginning and it'll have more continuity. And then I've got like lights to the right hand side as well. Okay. If I try not to go crazy with the mushrooms this time. It is cool that like one of the new features with the newer versions of Blender is the whole deal with emissive stuff. So like for instance, if I make something glow and I don't attach a light to it, it'll still glow anyway. Oh, those freaking spider cider jars look amazing. They have reflection on them that's real time, so you can see stuff bouncing off the glass and the liquid in them. That is so nice. But yeah, with like the glow, the emissives and stuff for these mushrooms, they work a lot better now. So it ends up with everything looking a little bit better for less less lighting needed. If I take that and just delete some of these. Oh, come on. That motor, I'm trying to see what I've got selected here. There we go. Edit, select, vertex. Oh, I see. It's a freaking GeoNode. No wonder it's like it is. Okay, that's fine. So if I do that, at least now I know with the mushrooms, it's a GeoNode setup, so I can just stretch those out wherever I need them. I'll check chat in a moment. What's up? Not much. Again, it's just that whole thing of just working on stuff and enjoying it because of how it looks compared to like the old version now. If I do that, that's more of a... There we go. Actually, if I link that, that'll cost less. Where did the Undertale yellow music go? I don't have that playing at the moment in the background because I'm not using Spotify. I actually can't get copyright striked if I don't have any music to copyright. Ah. It sucks a bit because I don't have anything. Sebastian be like, no music for you. Do I have to fear copyright if I don't have any music to copyright? Okay, that's not looking too bad at the moment. I keep thinking it's my Discord going off. I am so sorry. That's my fault. Hang on. Let me see. I think that's in response to something I messaged before. Yeah, what I did was because obviously um I'm gonna be having speaking roles. I was like I need to ask somebody like how I can do better at voicing stuff because I don't feel like I'm that confident with voicing at the moment. So I asked Blair from Two All Nighters. I was like help. So at the moment Blair's helping me. The Discord! Yeah, that's mine. Mine will keep going off, probably. Just gonna hang. So how's everyone doing? By the way, while I'm here and talking to you guys now, how's everybody doing? You know, are you excited for the update? Yeah, Blair's like, you're streaming at the moment. Do you want to talk about this later? I'm like, you can do if you want. Right, let's check that out. Okay, I just need to add, I think, a ton of things in here now. Maybe, let's see. How did I light the other one? Hi, Blair. um, sorry for triggering your ears by messaging Dave. It's fine, it's fine. I'm very excited, partly because this is looking great, and partly because I can't wait for you to play Mob Brigadia. Hey, Swoop! I'm so late to the stream, I was watching a bit. No, it's fine, don't apologise. Don't apologise. So if anyone's just in here at the moment, like you've just come in, just take note that the stuff that's currently going on screen, you won't be able to see properly because I'm basically doing stuff in the background. But I am working on the small finishing touches to this area. I know I turned around as well and said like, look, after this, I'm gonna go ahead and play video games, you know, and that'll be like a week off, or like I can have a break or whatever. But as you can tell, I think I can put together something reasonably quick. I'm not gonna say like a specific date or whatever. No, I'm not gonna set any deadlines, but you can probably, if you're smart enough, guess what my plan is. So I'm just trying to work on stuff and hope that everything will be good, you know. But yeah, I can't wait because one, I can play on stuff again eventually, and two, it's just fun doing this project. The thing is, I had like a massive idea for this update, and instead I'm doing like a core update 1.5. You know, kind of like, it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be like full on mind blowing like the core was, but it's gonna be good enough to the point where I can be like, look, here we go. That makes up for the lack of stuff for like the past 4 months because of me collecting assets and things for that long. So yeah, there's no set deadline. It's not like I'm gonna turn around and just be like, oh yeah, tomorrow we're dropping the update or anything. You know, that's not gonna happen. It's more just, I have an idea of what I want to do. If I can pull it off, then you'll hear about it. If not, then it's gonna come a little bit later and I'll just be like, yeah, it's no big deal. I just don't want to be, obviously, stressing myself by turning around and being like, yeah, this is definitely happening this is the deadline, and then killing myself like previous times to get stuff done. You know, I want to kind of just ease myself into this while still having a lot of stuff to put out. Oh my god, that looks so much better now. If I put something on that wall and then do the cobwebs, then the spider room's done. The cobwebs are actually a lot more low poly now, but they're still cool. I just take that, because that's probably going to look nice. Or, let's see. That moment where I have like multiple different things that I can put on like a wall here. I have to pick one. Oh, let's see. Let's check stream. Immersiontale tomorrow. Oh, let's see. It's all good. I'll write up some notes I found. Yeah, please do. I'm gonna enjoy that. Dave, guess what? Immersiontale when? Go on, Sammy. The one thing, chicken butt. The one thing I kind of get a little bit worried about with this project, I was thinking about this before, was I know people have like basically turned around and been like, dude, what about animating? What are you doing? Seriously, are you actually doing anything? And those are the only comments that have me a bit like, wait, what? You know, because it's like, I put out daily updates so you can see what I'm doing clearly anyway, but I still kind of get I wouldn't say upset, but it's just like a little bit kind of like, huh, at the people that clearly think I'm doing nothing and I'm just retreading the same steps for the sake of it, you know. Your HP has been mossed out. You know what I mean? Like, that's not me having a go at anybody when I say that, by the way. That's me literally just, like, throwing that out there, because I've noticed it a little bit, where people are like, dude, I've not checked in a while, but you seem to be kind of, like, still working on stuff. What are you doing? It's just like, it's kind of complicated. I've been getting assets ready for ages, you know? This is a project that obviously takes a long time and a lot of assets. So, Yeah. Let's see. This is not meant to be rude or anything, says Swoop, but percentage-wise, how much of the project you think you finished? So, in terms of, um, like, completion, full completion, I'm gonna say, if you count asset collection and getting everything ready, basically, you know, like making levels, getting everything ready, I'd say, hmm, I don't know. Like, what would you guys say was fair of me to say? Like, if you was to say, obviously, 100% is done, would you say that it would be fair to split the project in half and say half of it is asset creation, the other half is animating? You know, what would you think? Is that like a fair assumption, or like a fair thing to say? Not everyone understands how long these things take, even behind the scenes when they see stuff. It takes a lot of time, but yeah. Solo work is hard, indeed it is. It sucks when people we have to focus on people who we love and value our work. That's fair. Yeah, so like if we're saying that splitting the project in half means half of it is creating and gathering everything together and then the other half is animating, then I'm about halfway through. Um if you were to say like creating stuff is a lot more of a percentage, you know, if you were to say like creating stuff is about 60 to 70% of the project and then the other 30%, 40%, whatever, is doing the animation and putting it all together, then I'm a little bit further along. That's the reason why I've not really give that answer properly in a while, because it's like I'm looking at this and being like, okay, the main hurdle is getting all the voices, all the effects done, all the monsters. Once that's done, it's a lot easier on me to then just put all these scenes together, animate them, and put out animations. Like, as you've seen in the past, I've done like animated bits for bloopers, especially like with the core. The core was a big focus on not just the environments, but showing one, the animations improved. Two, I can do a lot of animation in a short amount of time. And three, those animations can be, in some cases, pretty detailed. You know, so as a proof of concept, the core update was pretty good as a way of being like, hey guys, we're almost there. You know, that was another thing that I kind of thought people would take away from that. But in case you obviously don't remember or you've not seen the core update, if you're new to the project and the stream or just happen to be checking this out later on, then yeah, the core update, go watch it. It's got a lot of unique animation to it and not just characters and stuff that really give you an idea and a sense of like how quickly I can do things, because I gathered all that stuff for that update for over the course of a year, and then I think I spent maybe like a month or so putting the entire thing together, and the entire thing was like an hour long. So, um, let's see. Sammy says, yeah, because I would say that getting the voices isn't too hard, right? It depends. Um, it depends, because, like, obviously not everyone can be available. Like, this is one thing that I'm afraid of at the moment when getting new casting, is being like, look, I need these lines preferably sooner rather than later so that, you know, nothing gets forgotten or people don't get poached by other projects or people have time for it. But you will have people that obviously can only do voice work in certain times, or, you know, maybe they take long breaks between sessions. That's where I get afraid, because I'm like, oh, hopefully this is consistent and we don't forget about anything, you know? So, with voiceover stuff, it kind of is hard depending on the actual person and how much time they have to spend on things. Blur says, but animating also includes audio editing and rendering. Yes. Um, Rendering, animating. Like, this is why I'm trying to do a lot of, like, the the effects and, well, gathering a lot of the effects and doing lighting and everything, so that essentially it's just animating the characters to the voices and then going from there. The only other thing that I'm worried about at the moment is the battles. You know, because battles are going to require me to do choreography and come up with different ideas and things. So that's going to be interesting. Rendering isn't manual work. It just takes time for the PC to do. Yeah, that's true. It is time, though. But the thing is, when it's rendering, there's nothing else I can really touch for fear of it potentially turning around and being like, and you crashed. You know? So, it's one of those things where it's like, rendering does take quite a while. But yeah. Choreography is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to come up with different ideas, run it past people, see if you know, all of it works and is what people expect. You know, on top of that, it's the writing side of things as well. Like, me going back and doing the original storyline, which I was watching some stuff the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I need to include bits of this. And writing that stuff back in takes a little bit of time, just because I'm having to go back and remember how I was doing stuff originally before I wrote stuff out and then wrote it back in again. You know, sounds stupid of me, but there was a point in time where I was basically just like, yeah, I'm not gonna have the unique character. I'm just gonna leave it out. And that, again, I've mentioned that story before on stream, but now it's like, no, I'm keeping the unique character. The unique character is what makes it Immersiontale. But I'm trying to sort of like develop that a lot more, so it's way more interesting, so that people aren't seemingly turning around and getting the wrong impression and being like, oh, wait a minute, so it's just Immersiontale but 3D? I mean, Undertale but 3D? It's like, yeah, that's totally not what this is about, and it's totally not the how it got its name, you know. Writing is crazy. Blur says, alright, I'm heading off. I'll get started on those notes for you. Thank you very much. Ratchet Clank says, hello! Hey there. Don't know whether you're new to the stream. If you are, please tell me, and I'll be able to explain a lot of what's going on, or at least show off stuff so that you can have a better understanding of what I'm doing in the background. Because at the moment, I'm not actually showing anything on screen properly. So, yeah. I don't want to give too much info on what I can do, but I can make my voice sound like any person's voice. It does require effort, though. Ooh, interesting. Like I've said, at the moment, I'm more or less happy to... Is this Undertale in 3D? Yes, it is. I'll show you the trailer I've got now. It's basically an AU of the True Pacifist run. That's the easiest way of describing it. I'll get the trailer stuff ready. Where was the... There we go. Just let me grab this and hope that everything's fine. Where are we at here? That moment where I've got like 3 versions of Blender open, plus Firefox and a bunch of other stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. That one? Let's see about this. Just... Hey, there we go. Can I just drag that down? That moment where you can see like all the stuff at the top there. Drag that down, drag that there. Okay. So, enjoy. When someone tells you about Undertale in 3D, do you think of this? Maybe this? Not so sure about that one. That one mod? Roblox? Or this?
If you refuse to fight, Asgore will take your soul and destroy humanity.
How did you get here, my child? Are you hurt?
In this world, it's kill or be killed. I'm so tired of being a flower.
It was nice to meet you. Goodbye.
So yeah, that's my project. Just having fun with it at the moment and trying to get it looking good. Trying to that trailer is spectacular. I love the short version because it's such an easy way to convey to people when people say, you know, like, what's the project, and you can just turn around and be like, that explains quite a lot. You know, I like that. Ooh, what the heck? That moment where I have a plane here that has a texture on, but it's just vanished into thin air. The other one that I like is the longer version that is on another video that has all of the areas in and stuff. I can't wait to do a proper one with the player character in, like, fully explaining stuff. Like, I want to try and do that soon if possible, because that would be good, because I know there's so many people that have so many questions about the player character where it's like, dude, what's with this guy, you know, what's going on here, you know. And in the greater scheme of things, like, if you go through, like, the AU multiverse kind of thing, it then gets really crazy, because then you go into all kinds of theory crafting and stuff about why there's a creator in there. You know, but honestly, it's going to be fun. Hopefully, at least. For me, I hope it's going to be fun, because I get to finish off doing everything and see what people think. How many times I watch it, I still love it when the music swells. I love the fact that, like, I was so lucky with the music there. I was half tempted, because the musician said, when I took the music and used it with the permission, they said, like, look, if you need anything else, hit me up. So I might actually ask them about what I was on about with you guys the other day, which is like, can you help me just do the music, please? No. Let's see. Yo, Moody, you dissing... Oh, excuse me. You dissing other 3D projects? No, that isn't the case. That entire trailer is set up like that primarily because of like, every other time I've mentioned the project, people have been like, dude, is it like this? Is it like this? And I got the idea for that trailer based off those questions, with me just being like, you know what, I can answer this really easily if I just turn around and be like, yeah, it's not like this. It's not like if Undertale was realistic. You know, it's something a little bit different. But yeah, I then start dissing them. No, I don't want to start beef with anybody. That's going to be stupid. You know, I'll get absolutely wrecked by the fandom for that. I start coming in and dissing everybody, and that's when everybody, like, finds my address and doxes me or something, and then I'm getting death threats to my child and stuff like that. That's how bad that would be. I would not be happy about that. You know. People would be sending me really stupid stuff like, "Oh, dude, you're talking smack about everybody else. I'll kill you, kid." You know, I've had stuff like that previously in the past where I've like been working on game projects and not letting people test, and they've been like, "Dude, just go get cancer or something and die." It's like, "Oh, thank you very much." You know, so yeah, I'm not down for causing beef with other projects. You know, especially when I have a kid to think about. Yeah, I am familiar with the way that kind of stuff works over many years of being around on the internet, or just being like, so anyway, I disagree with some people on some things, or maybe I won't let them test, and then next minute people are sending me death threats. I am quite familiar with death threats. It's even crazier when people turn around and be like, "Dude, have you ever got death threats? Because I got them the other day, and I'm all kinds of freaking out right now." And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of got way too many at this point. Do you want to get in line?" You know, fun stuff, but it's more serious, obviously, when it includes Rachel now. So. Ooh, let's go this way. Must protect the bean. Indeed. Oh, let's put that there. I'm trying to absolutely coat the you know, the spider bake sale area in cobwebs at the moment because I think it would be really cool. Like it's going well. The funny thing is, like this is literally like the last sections of getting this area ready. Like I want Toriel to or Toriel's place to be like next on the list for things to do because of how close we are to getting this all done. That's why I was thinking, like, you know, I was originally saying, like, oh, next week I'll have a break. It's like, I figure at the moment I'll have another break after this update instead, and then do everything that I want to do. Because that way I get everything done. But that's just me at the moment. Like, because I'm obviously used to pushing through plenty of times and just being like, yeah, we're good. You know, so. Okay, so this is looking alright at the moment. It's not too crazy. I need to put, obviously, more cobwebs in, like hanging from the ceiling and stuff. Let's see. Okay. While we're here as well, I'm gonna move the camera in the in this version. Can we like let's see where I can move the camera again because I had this clipped off. The funniest part is this is the actual section I'm working on as well. Like this is the old version, but it's the exact same version. It just the new one looks so much better. It's stupid. And the new one actually continues on round here. Oh, oh my god. Like, if you've seen the renders of everything recently, and then compare them to, say, like, this. Like, this just, it looks so flat. Like, I like the foliage and everything, but oh my god, it looks so flat now. It's embarrassing. That moment where I'm allowed to diss my own work. Let's see here. Can I have these two and bring them across? Bring them across. Bring them into the room, and then we'll have to put the roof on the room so I can then hang stuff off the ceiling. Hey, there we go. Let's see. So yeah. In terms of the update, what's everyone looking forward to? I don't think I asked that one. I asked, like, how hyped is everyone for the update, but... Let's put that on the ceiling. Super hyped, says Sammy. I can't wait, because I want to include stuff from the original sort of like animation, but instead update the look of it, you know, so like at the moment just totally bring everything in line so that all the new stuff looks really good. If I just bring that down there, that covers up that hole in the roof, and then I can just do that. Love Greg. You made your own character for the ruins. Yeah, the original character for the ruins, which was Greg, the spider, based off a spider that actually appeared in my shower while I was chilling out in the... I'm like chilling out, and then this little tiny spider came out of nowhere and was just like, "Hey, do you mind if I just chill out here?" And I was like, I prefer it if you stayed outside, you know, it'd be okay. And then he's like, "How about I just stay around the shower?" And I'm like, "You might not want to get near the shower because it'll potentially drown you." And he got a little bit wet, and then he was like, "Nah, I'm out of here, man." And ended up walking away over the other side of the room, and then just stayed there for ages. And then I can't remember where he went, but he was just real nice. So I was just like, "Dude, I gotta put you in the animation now." So that's Greg. Greg is the shower spider that somehow moved into the ruins and is the one that Frisk sees that offers him the donut. We love Greg. I drew fan art of Moody's Project in Doc's Discord. I made sure to include Greg. I need to, like, when I do this update, I need to put the fan art in. By all means, please ping me again on the Discord, or the Discords that I'm in, with all the fan art so I don't forget. Because I'm going to have to collect that and show it off, because I just can't leave that stuff just, like, sat there on Discords and not show it off, because I'm really happy with what people have done, and it's fantastic to get that kind of support, you know. So please, by all means, do not let your work go unseen. I will put it in the new update if you ping me with stuff again. Like, I need to put Sammy's work in the new update again, because Sammy did concept work for Dressline recently. Words will never describe how overjoyed I would be if I saw my fan art in a video. By all means, like I was saying, please find the posts, because I assume there's like multiple. Find the posts, ping me, and by all means I will put it in the video. No, I will not forget if I'm pinged, especially like after tonight, because I'll just like put it all in a fan art folder. Because I remember Sammy's the first artist, I think, to have fan art actually appear as artwork in the project as well. Because Sammy did the artwork in Alphys's lab currently that features heavily in there to try and make it look a little bit more like a nerd's hangout rather than just it's a lab, you know. We already got Religion Tale. Yeah, that too. I can't wait to see the model Ash makes for Dressline. I can't wait either, because Ash is really, really good at doing character models. It's going to be fun to see how Dressline turns out, and then I can put the sequin material that Metaton has on possibly bits of the dress as well, but definitely the top to make it look all fancy. I figure it just works, you know. But yeah, again, I cannot stress enough. Fan art and stuff like that. Make sure you ping me before the end of the stream or before you end up going off if you go off early, and I will put that stuff in the next update. Because I mean, hell, you've seen what I'm like with the intros when I put everybody's crazy stuff from like VRC in the Discord, well, in the animation and stuff, or in the intros. So yeah, by all means, drop that stuff in so that I do not forget, because I can overlook things at times because of how much I'm doing, you know. That's the only problem, is like I love to get people involved, and I love to try and accommodate everybody. It's just the whole thing of like, with me doing absolutely everything here almost apart from VA stuff, I just sometimes I'll forget, and it's just the most innocent thing ever, obviously, because I'm just like, oh, I'm doing this work, it's all good, and then next moment people will be like, dude, do you remember this? And I'm like, I'm having trouble right now. There's a lot of stuff I have to keep track of. You know. So yeah. Where's the Discord? Yeah, the Discord is private. It's for cast only and staff. By staff, I mean like anybody that's helped out with like Blender or anything like that, or character models. For the other Discords, if you've posted artwork, either the staff Discord, if you're a member of staff, ping me on there. If you're in Dork's Inverted Fate Discord, you can find me in there easy, because the thread is massive. I think it's one of the bigger threads on that Discord right now. And then on top of that, also in the Undernet. I've seen so many Roblox games of Undertale and Deltarune in my time. Rance's Last Hope, Undertale, Multiverse Destruction, Deltarune, etc. Any of those interest you? I not really been into Roblox. It's just it's not really something that I get into, purely because it's just like, I've got so much else to do. No offense. You know, it sounds terrible of me. It's just one of those things. I see them and I'm like, oh, they look interesting, but nothing really catches my attention. Not like Yellow or whatever, where Yellow like caught my eye and I was like, I need to play this. You know. Oh. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not throwing shade at projects or anything. It's literally just like, you'll know if I take a liking to something, because I'll immediately not stop talking about it. Oh, can I just try to place cobwebs here? I was trying to get set up the other day for what I would do for like the trailer and everything at the moment, like the new one, because I want to put the player model in it and actually have the player story play a role in it. So that's going to be interesting to see if I can pull that off and get it to work. This new spider place is so damn good. It's like, I don't want to spoil it at all, but it's got elements of the old one in, while also giving you all the new stuff. You know, which is exactly what I wanted before I started on stream. I was like, you know what, I'm going to start this, and I'm going to see what happens. Hopefully it's going to go well, and then we're all good. And now I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, dude, I'm so happy with this. I just like 90 that. It's everything I wanted out of this area, which is just like, yeah, let's see if I can combine the new style with the old. And I've managed it quite well, so I'm like, yep, there we go, we're good. Let's see. Swoop says, I think it can last 10 more minutes before I need to leave and sleep. Swoop, definitely ping me then in the Inverted Fate Discord with that art again, just in case. Sammy. Swoop says, what's the time where you're at? It's 9 p.m. So I've got like another 3 or so hours worth of time that I can work on everything. Roughly. 4 at most. It's 10 p.m. where I'm at, says Swoop. Ah, cool. Kind of close then. Trying to add spider webs to this sign here at the moment. I added new signs that look different for spider cider area. I'm just trying to hang cobwebs off them. The only other thing I could do at the moment in this room is literally hang the 3D cobwebs that I've got in here, but the thing is, they're not low poly. Well, I can make them low poly, but it's a bit awkward. This is just like, I may have to come up with another idea for this. I also am trying to put a lot of these cobwebs further up as well, because I need multiple layers of them to overlap so that I can get an area for the spiders to walk around. We good there? Yeah, we're good. Really want this to be like, not Muffet's den, you know, that she has in Hotland, or her parlor, but definitely somewhere where you can tell her there's a lot of spider activity. I'm like trying to put stuff earlier in the level to kind of give a little bit of a warning. It's like, hey, spiders are coming up because you can see cobwebs now, you know. You want me to ping you as a reminder of the fan art? Yes, please. If you can go find the images, or image again, depending, and then just literally just hit reply and ping me, then that'll be fantastic, because then that'll definitely make sure that it goes in the video. Because what I'll do is I'll create a specific fan art file for the video, and just be like, look, this is something that I need to remember, because then I can dedicate an entire segment to that as well. Ooh. Kind of like the silly segments that I do, but instead just like totally dedicated to fan art and just other stuff to do with, you know, like project support. I have images in my files, by the way. Ah, that's good as well. Makes it a hell of a lot easier. If I put that there. Slap this one over here. Trying to see about potentially copying this. Just mirror it on the x-axis. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see. Hey, Classic! How you doing? Before I go off to bed, I want to ask you, Moody, want to hear a Sans pun? Yeah, I don't mind. Let's see how crazy it gets this time. Imagine Pope Undine is just on a mug in Undine's house. Oh my god, I need to do that now. It's like the idea that Jen had the other day where she was like, dude, just put a frog in a rubber ring in the ruins for a laugh. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's fun stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, that I can get behind because it's amusing. I may have potentially overused that one texture in this area, but I guess we'll find out because it's really handy at the moment. Do people in Hawaii allow loud laughter or only... Ah. God damn it. Yeah, that's a bad one. Do Bishop Sands. Oh yeah. Do Bishop Sands too. That reminds me, I need to check and see if Alphys still has the references in the computer. It's awful. Alright, I'm off now. Good night. Thank you very much, Swoop. Hope you've enjoyed. How you doing, Classic? I'm gonna see if I can copy what I've got here, rotate it a little bit, because I did this with Muffet's parlor. Copy it, place it in a certain location where it looks like it's going to be 3D. And then from there, place it off the roof, because then I can make the element look bigger if I need to. And I can just like hang it off the ceiling and make it look like there's massive cobwebs all over the place. Hey, Average. I'm good. Under the weather a little, but good. Did a live stream with some weird tech online. Changes in arts, but it went well. I just hope you get better then. You know, like nobody likes feeling ill, especially when you want to stream and stuff. Again, don't mind me. I know I'm basically doing another Yap stream with content just like sat there on screen, but tell me like when I tell you it's going really well in the background here based off my my past history with work and stuff, you should know when I say something's looking good, especially because like me being the creator and I'm like, oh, I really like that. No, then it means that yeah, it's looking nice, and I've yet again done something that's pretty nuts. The amount of cobwebs in this area, dude. Let's just see. I might need to put some more in the corner over there. I pretty much peppered this area in 2D cards that have like webbing all over them, but at least it looks good. So like for instance, I can copy that one to there. Do you remember the mouse hole? Yeah, I did that the other day. Like I came off stream and the first thing I did was I was like, dude, I'm not forgetting the mouse hole. I keep coughing because I've not had a drink in a while. I'm going to have to get one in a sec. I like your work, says Classic. It always looks good. Thank you very much. I try, you know. Let's see. Also partially getting a headache here. I have no clue why. It's probably because of the lack of stuff. I have drunk some water today, but I'll admit I could drink more. I'll have to get some in a bit. Maybe a drink of tea too, because of me being British. The lack of tea has made me weak. Can I go that way? Ah, there we go. Right, so if I look at that now, I come in. Oh, holy crap! Yeah, that's nice. I zoned out and thought you said drugs, Sammy. Wait, what? So I need that the frame rate lag on that because of it being in lighting mode. Because I don't know what's going on with Eevee in Blender, but like its new way of calculating lighting, it looks fantastic, but also it's so freaking intensive. Average says, I thought you said you got drunk and have a headache. No, what I said was I'm not drunk much. As in, like, water or anything else. No. So I need to actually drink something. There we go. Is it possible to stream rendering? I don't know. I'd have to look into that. I'm just looking now at stuff. The other night I did the I mentioned it, the roof and the floor between the two rooms. So like the one with the 3 switches in it, and then the one with the first singular switch in it. It's so good. I like that area now. So that's the spider room totally done. Sammy. I did SD Gundam breaking through a wall. It was fun. Reminded me of Turtles 2 NES cover. It was fun playing with Blender. This is classic. I need to play more of SD Gundam. You know, Battle Alliance. So fun. Absolutely love Battle Alliance. Let's take... I'm going to take a bit of foreshadowing here by adding more cobwebs outside of the spider bake sale area. But also I'm just like not having them be as big and nowhere near open flames either. No. I figure like if I put it in a corner, and we just go from there. Like the idea is to put one of these in a corner near Blukey, so that you kind of get like the foreshadowing of, oh yeah, there are spiders around. Because I've put some on the way to Blukey as well, where it's like, yeah, you've got some cobwebs hanging from the ceiling, and now this is just like a full-on spider web in the corner. You know, one of the circular ones. See what that actually looks like there now. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, we'll totally go with that. It's gonna be awesome when I get this rendered because of the fire and everything, the flame effects for the torches. You gotta try modded Classic Doom. A couple of people have sent me like mods and stuff. I'll have to check it out eventually. Oh. Let's see here. Right, what else have I got to do? Let's see. I need the cheese table, the stone signs, and then foliage throughout the entire place. Foliage can be scattered. So, really it's that stone sign and then the cheese table. I'm so close to being done with this area as well. It's, I need really to end this stream with this section just done. Oh, that would be the most optimal way to have it be good. What can I do? Where's the third sign for? Because I'm gonna have to do the wooden signs separately. The stone sign's pretty easy. Let's just, there's all the froggets. I'm just like literally watching a playthrough in the background so I can actually keep tracks of all the dialogue and everything. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Cheese table. I love this sentence. It really is a cheese table. I wonder, after finishing the animation, ever think of making the platforms into a ride like Pokemon Snap or something? I want to try or like as a side project, because of VR chat and everything, I want to try seeing if for a laugh I can do like a Mario Kart style thing but with Undertale in 3D. That would be hilarious if I can get the kart racer set up, because there's a really good one in VR chat, and I'm just like, I need to figure this out because it's fantastic. I might show you guys in a moment. I just need to figure out. Oh, this person has not gone to the sign? Are you kidding me? Oh no. Right, I need to figure out what that sign says. I'm gonna have to go in Bricadia. Hang on. That'd be cool. I really want to do that. Right, I need to go into Steam. Which sign? It's the one directly after the three froggets. Well, the three froggets and the micro one, you know, that's in the wall. It's a stone sign on the wall. Literally in the next room with the 6 areas that you can drop down into to find the switch that opens up the area that leads through the coloured switch maze tutorials. I'll be able to show you in Bricadia in a moment. Say, are there a big difference between Eevee Real Time and Render, or is this the way it look? What, in the background? The one that I've got in the background, it will not look anything like the one in the background. It looks way better. I would like that as this classic. I'll show you in a moment because, like, I absolutely love VR chat. Primarily just because, like, I think I've mentioned it on other streams, but with me having, like, VR sickness for, like, 3 years, just being actually able to go into something and not have VR sickness and enjoy it, you know, that's fantastic. So I've been getting every little bit of fun out of it that I can. Let's see if I can just pull this up now. Very happy to know. I mean, it looks great already, but it can look better. How long do you think it takes to render each frame? I do not know. What I'll do is, next time I render a video, I'll actually turn around and record, or at least time it. Let's go here. Let's VR chat this. We're going in VR chat for a moment, people. Let's see. That was we're going in just so I can show you this cart thing. And then we'll go in Bricadia for the other thing. This is my my home that I have at the moment in VR chat that has ultra outside graphics. Let's see. Oh, can we have fireworks as well? That'd be nice. So yeah, it tells you exactly like location and everything, but also it tells you the time and temperature and things like that. And yeah, it's got like the music running in the background, but the cool thing is stuff like this. I keep changing my my hub in VR because I keep finding new ones that are cool or cooler. I love pushing the. So yeah, let's get on with this. This is what I was on about. Where is it? Surumi Cart, I think it is. There it is. Old Surumi Cart. I'm like if I can get Surumi Cart. What does VR chat look this good? Yeah, VR chat is actually really good looking. Like it has some fantastic worlds. I actually still want to do the series that I was doing, but I just looked through a load of VR chat worlds that look really good. Some of the PC ones are insane, but they can look absolutely fantastic. It's just a lot of people tend to be kind of lazy with the way that they do things. So, if I'm right, this should be the correct version, or it's one of them. Basically, Surumi Kart is exactly like Mario Kart, like this, right? If I try and just drive, let's just drive. I should be able to just go now, right? So imagine this, but this track's kind of crap. Imagine this, but it's Undertale, and you're just like driving around. No, I would absolutely love that. Just like watching everybody as Undertale characters playing Mario Kart through like the ruins and Heartland and Waterfall and stuff. I would laugh so hard. You know. Let me see. There was some of these worlds that I have. There was a specific version of like Surumi Kart. Oh, it's literally that one. They've updated it. There was a specific version of Surumi Kart which is amazing. That'd be so cool. And demand my... The thing is, I'm actually also playing this in non-VR at the moment. That's the fun thing about VR chat. Like, for ages I was using it without VR. And obviously now the added bonus is that I can actually use VR. Can I actually open the menu and, like... Other courses? Ah, here we go. So you got the Halloween VR Aquarium. This is the one I'm most familiar with. If I go to back and just drive, this is the one I'm familiar with, which just is fantastic. Like if I could get somebody to help me, like port stuff from my project, and do like basically Undertale Mario Kart style, it'd be so funny. I would honest to God be laughing my head off at that. Because this is just fantastic at the moment. We're upside down. You can see all the players when you race against them below you there. It's actually really fun in VR. But yeah, I'm playing all this at the moment just on mouse and keyboard. VRC without VR is basically Roblox, but better. They need to add sounds to it. Like at the moment I'm playing as Swap Car, if I remember rightly. Let's see. Other courses. Then we got the Spooky Forest. I don't know about the aquarium. This literally is starting to look like Coconut Mall at the moment. But yeah, if I could get this, because obviously with it being like Unity, you can pick up like bits of code and stuff. If I could get the code and stuff for the carts, that would be so funny just to dedicate time to doing that. This is interesting playing this level. I suppose like you'll probably see me playing the Halloween level in a little bit because of Halloween coming up. Can we go up this way? No, we can't. Oh my god, we can actually go underwater with the fish. Someone is making flying logic for me on Bricade. Oh, nice one, Damon. I don't know why we got a soda can there. Oh, there we go. It's for speed boost. I need an undernet kart racer. Like, I need that so much right now. But yeah, that's that. Add your maps to this. Yeah, I really, really would love to mess around with that. I should ask one, because one of the partners for the Undernet at the moment wants to do like worlds and stuff. Half tempted to reach out to them and be like, can you find me this exact kart racing setup and we can just like kind of try and work things out. Oh, that's what I like about working with partners in the Undernet. Some of them like just really eager to do stuff. It's like, right, let's go. You know. Also, you might see Bricadia in the background in a moment. There we go. I need to find out what this actual thing was. Hang on. Gallery. Right, let's launch there. I love the way I messed up and said Ice Planet 2002 instead of 2004 there, but you get the idea. Hello everyone, if you're just joining in now, I'm just looking at reference. Whee! Right, let's just Alt-V. I love the way I'm running, like, 2 versions of Blender, Unreal Engine 5, Photoshop and something else in the background at the same time. This is way more optimized than it used to be though, which is fantastic. Can I go down now, please? How does one go down? Ah, there we go. Why are you running Unreal Engine 5? Because this is what this runs in. This is Unreal Engine 5. So in the background, I've been working on this area. It looks obviously a little bit better than this, but now I'm kind of branching out into these other areas. It's this button over here in particular, well, the sign that I want to see. Where is it? There's just one switch. That's all it says. Because these have been really accurate so far. Like if you look at was, did you miss it? Spider Bake Sale down to the right. So these are accurate. Oh, I mean, dog, it's a little bit of a leap to compare running this. No, this runs on UE5. This is actually running Unreal Engine 5 at the moment. I know it's different to saying, like, oh, I'm just running Unreal Engine 5 in the background, but like I've mentioned before that some people just can't optimize Unreal Engine 5. It's just terrible. There is just one switch. Okay, so that's that done. But that works a lot better now, so we'll just do, go into here now and be like, I get it, but running the game engine app tends to be way heavier than the game made on. Oh no, that's fair. That is fair to say. Only one switch. And then I just need to put that into Ancient Hylian and just put that through like 48. I have no idea what I just thought. Saw. I think I should sleep more. No. I'm just looking at reference and stuff. I'm doing like secret stuff in the background, which means that you won't be able to get too much of development, but at least you'll be able to see kind of what I'm up to. I can't wait to show you comparison shots between this version of the Ruins and the new one. Like this version of the Ruins that you're seeing at the moment on screen, it's okay. I'm not gonna like totally rip on it and be like, oh, it's terrible. Show less secret stuff. No. My boyfriend finally answered to Sammy and said he didn't send me a voice. Oh, that's totally crazy. That's all kinds of messed up then. Oh, let's try. Now all I do is run this through a smart normal map creator. So I get normals back. It's actually kind of cool the way that I can do that. There's a site online that literally just allows you to turn anything into a normal map. And it's really accurate as well, so I just use that for doing normals. And then we can just... There we go, I don't need Photoshop anymore for the moment. I'm scared because who was messing with this phone, says Sammy. I'd say it's time to like either turn the phone off and get a new one, or try and find some way of it being unhacked. You know. Because they're probably deliberately screwing around with it for the sake of it. It's just like, yeah, like, let's not, you know. Have I got the stone sign in here from previous or what? Ah, there it is. I'm not getting a notification from that site anymore, so it's slowing down. Let's see here. Hey, that works just fine. And then we can go normals, normal mix, bump, bump. Change normal to 4th. There we go. It's done. I can't afford to replace my phone, which sucks. Oh no. You're gonna have to find a way of getting it unhacked then. As terrible as that sounds. So what I'm doing here in Blender is I'm actually making the stone sign. I think it's around here, or is it? This is like this will show you like the way that I did things ages ago. This is the placeholder Frogget room that I did for this version. The funny part is, with the older version of the Ruins, you can see here I'm kind of getting a feel for it, but a lot of it is like really flat, and the stone sign isn't there, and the way that I was doing this is split it up into like 4 different files, whereas this one only requires like 3. So I've been able to crush the ruins down into like 3 files instead. Well, let's see about putting this sign in here. The idea is I put the sign relatively close to waist on Toriel, you know, like waist height, so that... Are you going to do... Frisk sometimes looking back, seeing Flowey? Yes, I want to include Frisk looking back and seeing Flowey at times, because I think that would be fun. It's one of those where you don't really want to miss out on small details like that either, so... Oh, can I see where I put that? Ah, there we go. Floating sign in midair here. Nice. Yeah, the funny thing was, I originally had it in like an earlier version where I ended up taking it out because I thought it kind of messed up the timeline a little bit, but it was... You know how like there's those illusions to Flowey and Sans having some kind of like ongoing... thing with each other where they both kind of know that they exist, or rather Flowey knows what Sans is capable of, and Sans is just like, I kind of know somebody's like had determination in the past and is messing around with the timeline kind of thing until Frisk falls down with the player and ends up altering things because of determination. Well, it's like I originally had a scene for that in Snowden where what would happen is when crossing the bridge to get to Papyrus, the original scene was set up so that Flowey appeared in the background and watched Frisk and Sans cross to where Papyrus is, and then Flowey would appear behind them, looking at him, and then Sans would turn around with his eye doing the blue thing, and Flowey would be gone. So he's like, I know somebody's there. I'm not sure who though. But when I watched it back, I was like, I'm not so sure I'm happy with that, because it kind of messes around with stuff a little bit. Isn't Sans getting most of the info from face expressions? Yeah. The thing is, it's like, he gets that, but he also knows that, like, people have been messing around with the timeline as well, just because of the way that things have been going. Like, with his research and everything. Oh my god, like 1 frame per second here. This chugs! But it's only because I'm trying to view it in, like, fully shaded lighting mode, because the Eevee render engine in in Blender, when it's dealing with a load of stuff at the same time, for some strange reason, just gets really heavy. At least in these files it does. Looks good though. Looks really nice. I'll take that. Right, so all I need to do now is the cheese table, and then literally it's just foliage. When someone doing dodges of everything that they should never experience, it's kind of sus. Yeah, like all the animations of like Genocide Frisk being able to just dodge and then one-shot them. I love the new version. I'm gonna have to like get a screenshot of above with the lighting for the spider area now, because you can tell it's different with the way that I've done it. Like, it's got the purple lighting for the mushrooms in now, so it just looks so much more pretty, even at distance, which is really good. I also need to figure out where I put signs as well. There's one in the Spider Bake Sale, and there's one in the Frogget room, right? Let's have a look. I need to go back to the Frogget room here in this playthrough. The one in the Frogget room literally is the one that's just about the Spider Bake Sale itself. Yeah. So I just need to place one of those and then add text to it later on. Let's do that one, because I've got like multiple different signs here. Actually, that might be better. If I rotate, well, mirror that. If I go like X and then go that way. That one's actually going to be pretty cool as a little bit of storytelling. You know the Frogget room, when it has that sign that says like Spider Bake Sale on it, I've deliberately picked a sign that actually has like an arrow on it that points back the way that you would come, as a way of being like, no, you need to go back this way, you know. What about Mini Frogget? I'm going to include Mini Frogget. It's going to be so fun, because the thing is now, the last character to get made is Dress Lion, of which Sammy helped with. Dress Lion, for those who don't know, is one of the NPCs in Hotland that stands pretty much where Metaton does the opera that's based off Final Fantasy VI, I believe. Hey, Lucy. Send those who know. But yeah, Dress Lion's one of those things that I don't think many people keep tabs on because they change their outfit like part way after you uh, beat Metaton. Metaton gives them his dress that he normally wears, or their dress. So that's gonna be fun watching Dress Lion like actually change. So there we go. Now it's just foliage. Like the thing is, I still want to include the brickwork in the last room, but I'm not so 100% sure on it just because I might actually cut it there. The thing is, I still want to do like a joke with the floor falling away as well, so maybe I just like do a little bit of it. Because the idea is I'm doing a gag at Frisk's expense. Maybe yeah, I'll do the floor, see how that goes, and then it's literally just a load of foliage for this section, and then after that it's done. I'm actually happy, like it's almost done in one stream, and then I'm up to Toriel's front yard, of which I suppose I can show that now, because like it's no big deal me doing that. Give me a sec, because I'll show you what I'm going to do and talk you through it as well. Where's final? So name all of them final, so I suppose this isn't final version of Toriel's yard now. Okay, it's funny as well because this is actually rendered with Blender 4.5, so it's actually supposed to have better lighting and stuff. Some textures and things might not load up properly for a little while, but so what I'm going to do here is, apart from like try and get the lighting or the camera right, I still want this like very darkened area that we come out of into the garden here, and I want the overall appearance to kind of be the same. Oh, I'm going through the geometry again, but I want it slightly wider so I can fit the water wheel in here, which was left out. And all I'm going to do is just make all this brickwork 3D. The floor is going to look better. The roof is going to look better. So it doesn't look this flat. Again, it's just looking very flat right now. And I'm like, dude, I know I can make this look better. So it's going to be really funny looking at the new version and be like, dude, this is so good. Because again, it's like, it's looking fantastic right now, and I'm just so happy. And then I look at the old version, and I'm like, oh no. Right, that's that there. Roughly about that. I'm trying to grab this bit of the floor so I know how to make it 3D. It does look great. Yeah, like for one of the oldest files that I now have that I made, it's pretty good. You know, I'm not gonna lie, because like the interior is fantastic as well. But at the same time, it's like I know I can make it so much better than what it looks here right now. So I'm like, okay, we can do this. I just need to put in a little bit more time and effort, and we're good. Is there some fun value that you're basing around, or no? I want to try and include some fun value stuff. Of course, I've got stuff like the the Goners in there. I've got Goner Kid in there. I think I just need to ask Z to voice them. Because she does Monster Kid as well. But the idea is to have bits like that in to highlight the difference, like the uniqueness of the AU. Because there are a lot of instances where I think I mentioned this in the core update video where I was like, I'm leaving breadcrumbs around the place for people to kind of get an idea of where I'm going with the storyline, but nobody's really properly clicked yet as to what's going on with it, even though I've explained bits of it. The funniest thing we got close to it was like the core update when you had a few people in the audience just being like, dude, seriously, why is Toriel talking to the player as though the Frisk and stuff like that, and what's with the red eye and stuff? And I'm like, okay, we're getting there pretty nicely. I just need to make sure that I land the I stick the landing with the narrative, and then we're good. Can I just... But yeah, I'm including choice picks for the Goners. Well, the fun values and stuff. I'm including the Goners. There's an appearance by a certain coloured door in Waterfall. That one's in there for the sake of it. And then... I mean, I need to keep track of all the fun value stuff so I can choice pick other ones as well that actually work. But yeah, there's some stuff that I'm pulling at the same time, which is gonna be funny to see if people actually figure out what's going on, you know. Oh, now I've got a vertex paint stuff. I'm sat here vertex painting some dirt and grime and everything onto a model so it blends in with the material around it. Right, can I just... There we go. If I get these ones that are on the edges, that'll kind of work in my favour. Vertex paints. There we go. One white door leading to a certain... I always thought that one was grey rather than white. And what does everybody else think? Oh, damn, I can't do that one. I need to vertex paint it another way. Yeah, I always thought that specific door was more grey than anything else because of the whole thing with Goners. Because it kind of ties in. What can I just... Trying to like paint this in so that it all blends nicely, and then I've got like full... Maybe it looked white to me. I mean, that's fair. That's what I thought I'd ask, because I'm like, wait, am I seeing stuff here? Am I tripping? You know. Always good getting a second opinion. I like how I figured out vertex painting in Blender as well, because it allows me to do some really neat stuff with like blending models together here so they look like they're part of the environment a little bit more. You need to learn to trust yourself. What do you mean? Let's throw some yellow in here. And then we'll do some green. If you saw the door and you saw it was grey, then dog. No, it's just the whole thing. I might be wrong, you know. I'm more than happy to admit when I'm wrong. Ooh. Let's paint that as red here. I saw grey, not gonna lie. Yeah, I always made the connection between, like, the goners and the door being, like, grey. Let's paint this here. Bit of yellow. A little yellow style stone. I'm gonna move the other Blender window inside Toriel's house as well, because I absolutely love Toriel's house, especially in 4.5. It just looks pretty nice. I'm really happy with me, like, messing around and trying to get the lighting looking nice. There we go. Like, I'm really proud of that. Wait, can I just, like, paint that there? Like, blending this this entire segment of, like, model into the environment is actually really fun, especially if you get it just right while I'm showing off the inside of Toriel's in the background. Hey, Sammy! The lights are so good in the tone since you're updating the platform. I can't wait to have the outside look as good as the inside. You know. Any UT games like Undertale Red and Yellow or Underswab? What do you mean? As in, like, being featured, or? I mean, recommendations. Okay. No, those are the only ones that I think I'd recommend as well. There's the whole Deltarune one with the fan the fan character that's like a sock or something. I need to actually look into that one. I got nothing to play. Delta Traveler, yeah. This looks like PT, says Damon. There's a good one. I called my BF, and apparently he's the same issues with scams and such from the same source. Oh, that's not good. There's a new one recently that I'm getting hyped for. It's basically, I think it's coming out real soon. There's like a demo of it. You can essentially create like your own fan game. So when people are joking and being like, Immersiontale when? It's like, oh, so now I can literally just like turn it into a proper fan game. Especially if I could like import the models as like sprites. That would be crazy if it somehow becomes like its own mini fan game project. Average says, okay, bye. Oh, we'll see you next time then, Average. Hope you're alright, Sammy, by the way. Delta Traveler was good. I tried it. It was fun. I need to try out more fan game stuff, but the problem is because of like other fan game communities having stuff where it's like you try it and potentially get your computer hacked. I'm like, don't fancy that. You know, it has me kind of a little bit on edge with that kind of stuff. That's why I was a little bit antsy when it came to trying red and yellow. I was like, maybe. I just take that and paint that there. Because I think there was one recently, it was like a Sonic fan game or something, where they put it out and it was like malware or something like that, and I'm like, it's like the worst thing possible. Oh, there we go, that kind of works. Sammy says, I got my fear out and I'm kind of just mad because I should be allowed to apply for a job without getting harassed by scammers. Oh, no, that's fair. That's fair to say. I mean, it's like the ones that deliberately take your like information and just try and like waste your time. I've had ones like that where it's like I've gone to interviews and they've just wasted my time because it's basically a scam to get you on the system kind of thing. It's incredibly frustrating because like you just sat there like, dude, I just want a job, and they're like, how about I just scam you, you know? I've been to so many of them. The last time I actually went to one of those, Jen got really angry for me because like I'm sat there literally waiting for this thing, and I'm like, dude, there's something about this that seems fishy. I'm just gonna tell you what it's like. Told Jen, and Jen was like, yeah, that's totally a waste of time, because she actually researched the place for me when I was in it. I was like, can you do me a favor? Can you do me like a search on this thing? She's like, yeah, sure. Goes and has a look. It's like, yeah, it's a scam. I was like, right, I'm out of here, no problem. And they were like, dude, you gotta stay behind. I was like, I'm not staying behind. No. I don't want to get scammed. Thank you very much. Bye. So, yeah. Let's see. Classic says, will you be streaming later on, Moody? Like SD Gundam or Breakers? I'll play 4. If you play 4, I'll join. I honestly don't know. I might just be doing this and then trying to get this done because of, you know, like, how much I want this to just be done and finished, you know, for like the update. Because I'm thinking if I can get the update done as soon as possible, well, then I'm in a good position for releasing it kind of whenever I want. And then I can just kick back and relax after it for a little bit, and then away we go. Oh. Oh, let's... Question to Anime Watcher. Do you ever see Lord of Mysteries? If no, then right after stream go watch it. I'll have to watch it then. Sammy says, yeah, my mum says to apply online. Hell no, sorry mum, I don't trust online applications now. Yeah, I don't blame you, because like, I applied for so many online applications, and every time I would try, I would get like tons of junk, like spam mail and stuff. That was the one thing that was really infuriating me, was I was going through so many applications, and I would just get tons of spam mail. It's almost like they use your ID, well, not your ID, but you know, your details that you give them. They're like, oh yeah, we'll just use those and sell that on to other people, like on other sites and stuff, and then basically just keep doing that, you know. It's like, this is totally how we do our scam. It's like, what now? I thought I was applying for a job, not like saying hello to scammers. Give me a piece of paper and give me an interview, says Sally. I would love more interviews like that, because nowadays everybody's like too attached to like computers and stuff. It's like, please, just turn around, tell me I can get an interview face to face without using a computer or some bit of tech, and I'll be more than happy to turn up and go for the interview, you know. The worst one I found as well that was driving me crazy was every time you fill out an application, you always get a stupid automated response because they don't want to send a personalized response because of how many people are applying for jobs now. So it ends up with you getting just like 1,000 automated responses, just being like, so anyway, thanks very much for this job application that you applied for in this date. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. You're not even a person, you know. At least have the decency to respond to me properly, like, instead of automated. It's so stupid. Excuse me. I think I've mentioned about the scam or stupid phone calls over here where I made up a character for them called Manuel, right? I think I mentioned this on stream a while ago. If not, I can mention this again, because it's like my one of my crowning achievements was coming up with Manuel. Are you gonna do it when you pat the dog's head, he goes to infinity? Oh, his neck. Yeah, I've got that in the version like before the new one that I'm doing at the moment. Like, I had that in there, so I'm gonna be keeping that in. One time I blasted death by karma, says Sammy. So, for anyone who doesn't know the story, I made up a character based off another one from an English show called Faulty Towers, and the character is named and pretty much is that character from that show, called Manuel. He's Spanish, and he runs around this hotel as a like a waiter. He wears a fez and has a very tiny mustache, right? And basically, I just took that character and applied it, so it's just me in a fez with a mustache. And there was this one time somebody rang me, and they were like, hi, we want to sell you insurance. And I decided to turn the character into some sort of like really crazy thing. So they were there like, we want to sell you insurance. Can we get like your bank details and everything? And I'm like, go on, I'm going to have a laugh at this. And this was literally like I'm going to say over 10 years ago. But they rang, and I was like, I'm going to have some fun with this. So they said like, okay, what's your bank? And in like very terrible Spanish, I was just like, all of them. And they were like, what? And I was recording this at the time. They said, all of them? And I was like, yeah, all of them. And he goes, how do you spell that? So of course I'm literally spelling the word all of them in capitals on screen. So it's like, I'll show you now. Right? So you'll see it in chat in a moment. So I'm there spelling this to him, and he's like, oh, okay. And I no joke, I can't remember the rest of it. All I remember was saying that to him on stream. I had like this recorded ages ago. But I led this guy around for 40 minutes trying to do bank details and other things on a phone, and it was him wasting money more than me. Because of him using the phone to ring me, so he was wasting massive amounts of money. But for 40 minutes, I kept him strung on the other end of the phone, trying to get my details. And he's just there like, are you sure your bank's all of them? And I was like, yes, all of them, and kept saying all of them to him. And it was so funny. And then after leading him around for 40 minutes, and I was kind of starting to lose him, that's when I just played, like, Disturbed, if I remember rightly, or Slipknot down the the mic like really, really loud, and all I heard was a beep where the phone had hung up, right? So I'm like, okay, that gets rid of him. So the story evolved for Manuel though, because like somebody rung up afterwards trying to offer me, I think it was loft insulation or loft conversions, or for I suppose for Americans it would be an attic conversion. Basically, they're trying to do work on your attic to make it into like a room or whatever. And he said, "What's your name?" I said, "Manuel." He said, "So we're doing some work. Have you got insurance?" And I was like, the question is, how much can you afford? And he's like, what do you mean? And I literally, for no reason, went full, like, evil genius, like, for just some random reason. I just thought, yeah, I'll take this in, like, the most extreme way possible and see what happens. So I made Manuel out to be, like, this evil genius character that was doing, like, weird experiments on people in the attic. And I was like, well, the last people that went up there got injured due to all the stuff that I've got up there, like spikes and everything. So you might need a lot of health insurance yourself if you want to go up there. And this was Moody doing this, by the way, not me. So this guy's like, wait, we need health insurance to go up in your attic? And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of spikes and like death traps and everything else. And it was so funny because he was like, are you sure about this? And I was like, yeah. I can't remember what else happened with that specific call. I think he might have just like given up eventually, but I remember going around in circles with him for ages. I do actually remember mentioning the bank of all of them again to him when he was like, so he was talking about details to me, and I was like, the bank is all of them, and mentioned it again. And he's like, oh, right, I get you, and hung up on me. But then I remember there was another one. The last time I used it, somebody was trying to sell me something. I can't remember what it was, and Manuel's story had changed from being some kind of like evil genius that had some crazy stuff in the attic to literally some random guy that was living in a cardboard box on the street. It was so funny. I can't remember how I even changed it to be like that, but I was just like, go on, let's take it to another extreme. So this guy's like, so anyway, I want to sell you home insurance, I think it was, or something like that again. And I'm like, sorry, you've got the wrong number. I live in a cardboard box in the middle of the street. And he's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, I've had a pretty rough time. The last time somebody tried coming round here, they needed health insurance and didn't have any. And I kind of got arrested by the police for a while. And then when I got out, I ended up in a cardboard box in the middle of the street. This guy sat there like, wait, what? It was the funniest thing ever. I had all of these recorded. It was a trilogy of videos that I had. Every time I did it, I deliberately just put sunglasses on for the sake of it, for like a meme thing. So I sat there with sunglasses in front of this camera recording all of it. And I remember I had it like on like a private server or something at one point, so I should show my friends. But yeah, it was so funny. It was so funny just leading people on in like fake phone calls. Let's see. Okay, I have fun. Need to go. See you next time. Bye. You're just trolling like crazy. I feel like I had 100% speech check for everything, says Alvin. Hey, Alvin. Please tell me you have the videos. I gotta hear this. I'll have to try and find them, because I might have them as, like, backup somewhere. But, yeah, like, leading people on for an extreme amount of time by just saying the most absurd stuff that you know isn't true. And you know that they probably know it isn't true. But they're kind of still trying to keep a straight face and sell you something. And you're just like, yeah, so anyway, I may have bodies in my basement, or something crazy. But it was funny, because at the time I was doing this, I was still living with my parents, and my parents literally got really annoyed at me, because they were just like, dude, what if you say something one time, and they go and get the police or something? And I was having so much fun with it. They ended up literally getting to the point where it's like, I was there, trying to pick up the phone to do these fake phone calls, and my parents were literally running to get the phone before me so that I didn't do anything that they didn't want me to. They're just like, dude, you can't be saying anything like that on the phone again. And I was like, oh, come on, I've already got my own backstory now and everything. You know, it was so funny. It was like the funniest thing ever, and I really wish that my parents hadn't ruined that, because I was having so much fun with it. It was ridiculous. It just shows you how crazy certain people will go to get a sale out of you when they're just like, dude, I don't care if you've got bodies in your basement or whatever, I need to get a sale off you. You know, can I scam you by doing this thing? And it's just like, no. Do you want to hear about the bodies in the basement? Just so funny. Let's just... Oh, crap. Gotta just check this setup here. Bodies in your basement? What? Says Alvin? Yeah, Alvin, I used to do some crazy stuff before I came up with, like, really silly, Undertale, AUs. I just used to kind of just lead people on in, like, scam phone calls and see what I could get away with. You know, just for giggles. It was the most absurd stuff that you've ever heard. But, just seeing people actually try their damned hardest to get a sale out of you is just, like, the funniest thing ever. You got people that are literally like, dude, I have a wife and 3 kids, I need to make this sale, and it's just like, yeah, and Manuel really needs to make sure that you have housing insurance, or, like, the people that are coming round, supposedly, have health insurance, so that you're not, like, dying, and if you are, it's not my fault, I'm not liable. Can't sue me for that. So funny. Let's see. Way back I had heat stroke after I got back home. I had a scammer called. I did Windows 7 in XP mode to a scammer and hacked his PC and wiped it clean. They were so annoyed. It's just classic. Oh my god. Nice. Yeah, I love scam phone calls just because of how stupid they can get. Oh. Okay, that setup might actually be working there. I'll take that. Let's say Dave was a devil gremlin when he was younger. Oh, that was Moody. That was totally Moody. The bodies are actually life-size Mew Mew dolls and Gundam characters. I just clicked your live and the first thing I hear is about you need life insurance to go in my basement. Yeah, so what I was explaining before that was jokes that I was doing, or basically like people would ring up and do scam calls, you know, where they turn around and they're like, so Alvin, I hear that you got a lot of money. Can I interest you in potentially some insurance, or maybe I can sell you some like house extension or whatever. You know, your house needs to be bigger. You'll get more profit out of it when you sell it if your house is bigger. Can I sell you a housing extension? It was stuff like that, or like, you look like you need a boat, or other stupid stuff like, did you know you can get solar panels, you know? Really, really stupid stuff like that, where people would try and scam the living daylights out of you. And every single time for quite a while, I would record them and just say the most absurd stuff to see what they would go along with and how long I could keep them on the phone, because they were wasting money, not me. So I was just having a laugh with it. You know, I'm sat there literally with a pair of shades on or sunglasses, being a complete troll, you know. And these people are meanwhile like trying to earn a living by scamming the living daylights out of me, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not letting them have that. Do you have life insurance? Sure, but you need to give me ice cream from the cold evil snowman in the North Pole. For real, you gotta find these videos and post them to your Immersiontale server. You know what would be funny? If I do find them, just like spend a load of time just animating them with Moody, doing the voiceover lines. That would be funny. Is this Toriel's house? Hey, Toby. Yeah, this is Toriel's house. I'm actually gonna be redoing it, but the outside at least. Alvin says troll versus scammer, biggest battle in history. Indeed. Oh, that would be even better. Just having Moody do the lines. Because the thing is, I don't want to obviously show off my face and everything on camera, so that would be like the easiest way to get away with it. It'd be so funny. So what I've done now, in the background while I've been talking to you guys, I've done and blended in the floor with this section, so it looks good and I can make it fall away. The only thing I really need to do, if I want to, is put like a room under that as like a placeholder, because that's going to be a gag room before we cut to going tutorials. But apart from that, I've done the spider room completely, the spider bake sale room, and now, because all the brickwork is done practically, apart from the same room that that has like the 6 rooms under the floor in it, all I need to do now is foliage, and foliage is really easy. A scammer with eyes of pink and gold, perhaps. So yeah, now that we've done like the hardest bit, which is just going through and picking out things in 3D detail and then blending stuff into the floor and doing all the lighting and all this small the small pebbles and things like that, we are pretty much complete. I've been staring at the floor and looking at how realistic it looks. It's crazy. Good job on that. This is why I'm saying, like, with this version that you're looking at now, I am not going to be changing anything inside of Toriel's home, because I really love it. What I need to change is out here. Out here needs to look just a little bit better, and I can make it fit with the current version that I've been working on so much better. So all the stuff out here is going to get a good makeover, so it looks a lot better. But inside it will stay the same. That's easy to do in terms of like editing stuff. I just love the amount of time and effort I put into this originally, and the best part is the lighting has actually improved since. What you're seeing is this rendered in Blender 4.5, which is much more up to date than when I originally did this, and because of that it actually looks slightly better. The lighting looks a little bit more realistic, and shadows look a little bit better and everything. It's so nice. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm really happy with it. Like, we can go in the kids' rooms and look around here and stuff just looks that little bit nicer. Got the carpet and everything. I think I only need to add the toy box at the base of the thing there. We got the stuff there. That light looks so much better. God. Like, no joke, I'm actually really, really happy with how this looks in 4.5. This is another thing that I was going to tell you guys, is like rendering it in different versions of Blender is so much more interesting because it just looks so good. Well, I don't have Toriel and Asgore's room in here, I don't think. Or maybe I do, and just I'm not rendering them now. And then we've got the living room's going to look so much nicer with actual fire in there, because at the moment I just have the lighting as a placeholder. And then we've got the placeholder books as well. Remember when I did these books like ages ago, where I was like, yeah, Toriel's going to have the official strategy guide for Final Fantasy VII just for the sake of it, and then a bunch of like Temmie stuff and gardening basics for dummies, and then like the digital circus if it was actually a book. How to look after a human. And then, like, breaking the fourth wall by actually having the localization and piano collectibles book there. And then we got another bit of Temmie's. The actual kitchen book that we hear Kara reading, and then X-Tale for the sake of it. I gotta remember when we did those. I spent ages doing that bookshelf. And then we got the picture of Asriel there from the throne room. That throne room is so ancient now. Happy bee. Or rather, be happy. And the kitchen here, the kitchen looks good as well. Just because of the lighting and everything. Like, I'm glad this entire thing has been upgraded. So, like, when I render everything out, it's just gonna look fantastic. So good. Like, I'm gonna stick this in the camera in the living room for the moment, while I finish off doing stuff in the other scene. Like, this scene on its own just looks nice and cozy. Wallpaper texture looks a little bit low quality compared to the rest. The wallpaper texture is more stone than anything else. It actually looks a little bit... depends. Hang on. Let's see. 1 second look in that hallway and I had a flashback to the Shining. Moody, did you ever think of doing credits ending animations like classic game style? Not really. Like, at the moment I want to do the credits, like the actual game one. No, the one with the pattern from before. So we've got that one. I can always up-res that if I need to. Because I can make that like a 4K one. And hope that it doesn't mess around with anything. It doesn't look too bad here. We've got the floor. There's the mat there. I still love how all this came together and looks okay. And then we got that stuff that looks like it's out of Animal Crossing. Because I literally got inspired by Animal Crossing for that. How long did it take to make the books? I remember we had to come up with a randomization thing that would make it so that every time we made a book, like every time we copied a book, it would come out as a random texture. And then the other books were kind of easy. But they're really low poly. That's the funny thing. They don't look it, but they actually are really low poly. I actually like the way the models are looking here at the moment. That actually is 3D geometry. They're not just like normal maps and stuff, just so that the geometry can pick out the lighting a little bit better. Just looks really homey. I love the chair as well, because the actual chair has the nice textures on. Like, the textures look a little bit low there, but we're not going to get like super close in and be like this, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I remember doing like cloth physics and laying that over it there so it looks realistic. Oh, and for some strange reason my keyboard is turning off because it's a Bluetooth one. It's like turning itself off and just being like, hey. Are you okay from the cough? Yes, I am. I just haven't actually drank anything in a while. Sky says sup. Hey, Sky! Cherial, yeah. Still love the Amazing Digital Circus book. It's funny. I wanted, like... The funny thing is, when that book was done, I don't think Digital Circus Episode 1 was out. Hey, Matt Pat. I don't think I've seen Matt Pat on the channel before, but that's amazing. Composition of everything at the end of the day. If the texture quality isn't visible from distance, it will be visible in the animation. It shouldn't matter much. Hopefully, yeah, it won't matter too much. Just got a toll-free call. Like, huh? What do you mean I get a toll-free for every call? I remember seeing him once before, says Sky. Interesting. Classic says, hey, Mad Pat. I'm just going to add a little bit of foliage around here now on the new one, and then it's... Oh, I can't wait to render this bit, and then we're up to the good bit. Like, let's get the accuracy of the foliage down first. So I need foliage in... Funny enough, the room with the 6 bits in the floor. And then once it's in there, then I can just, like, kind of put it wherever I want. And then I skip out on the the 4 rooms that go round on themselves that have coloured switches in, and then we're literally up to the front yard. Honestly, can't wait for that. Oh, and I have... Oh, hey, Lucy. Oh my god, it does! Oh my god. Lucy, you're right about that. It does look like The Shining. I did not realise. Discord sound. I did not realise that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a drink real soon, you know, because I can't keep like coughing my lungs up on stream. Let's... Oh, I might actually have to add bricks into that room as well because of how that is. Okay. Even for just one gag, let's see about this. If I... Actually, I might not need to. If I'm doing it like there... If I do the cut there and have them walk in and then fall down there, I don't actually need bricks there, which means that I can literally put foliage wherever I want, as much as I want, and then end it. The idea is that we have a scene where I want to cut. I want to cut a segment for like a funny bit. Like I'll try and use one of the other bits of the ruins as a way of showing this off. If I go to number 3, right? This is the old version of things. Let's just move this over here. So I've got... Right, so imagine this is how I'm going to cut it when we get to the end here. We go through Naps the Blue's bit. This is all much bigger in the new version to kind of accommodate moving around and stuff. But, like here, right? Imagine we go through the Frogget room, and the idea is Frisk has already fallen down once into the areas that are below the ruins. You know, like, I think it's the first floor that you have to fall down into to then climb back up again because of the way that it is. It shows you, like, the trap floors and how they work. We've done that already. We go through the Frogget room, right? And when you go through the Frogget room, the next room is the room with the 6 areas of the floor that you fall through, and you meet Napstablook again, who is like, oh, I've been stuck down here for a while, this sucks. And then you remind him that he can fly, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm a ghost, I can fly. And then just flies away. And then a couple of the other rooms have Vegetoid in. One of them has the ribbon in. And then one of them has the switch. And the idea is that for the joke, the gag bit, which is going to be a cut, like a hard cut between this gag and then appearing at Toriel's and having like the ribbon and just basically being like, oh, thank God all that's over. At least I found a ribbon to kind of like patch myself up a little bit so we can see the characters actually using items for the first time. It's like, okay, so we've got the toy knife, we've got the ribbon already, and the idea is the cut between that will be another scene where they fall into the flooring in that room, and the idea is that we look at it from behind. So imagine the sign is like Frisk. We're looking at it from behind like this, and they literally walk off into the distance and then just immediately just bump straight down, but the camera is just still stood here, so it's kind of like a Looney Tunes gag, you know, where the character just walks and then immediately through the floor, and then all you hear is like a "ow, god damn it" or something like that, you know. I think that would be funny as a little bit of a gag just for having the character be sick of falling down all the places in the ruins repeatedly, and then we see them later on. It's like, how was I supposed to know that all the floors in there would fall away? You know, I think that would be a bit of a funny Let's just put that. These ruins look so cramped compared to the new ones. Can I just put that? There we go. Let's put it back where Greg appears. The old version where Greg appears. The new version looks so... I can't stop going on about the new version. Because the new version is so good. Sammy says BRB. No problem. Right, if I get rid of the brickwork, because I don't need that. Actually, wait, I might need it for the floor underneath. I'll take that. It's either that or I do like a completely separate room with a fake roof to do that. I might even make that as a separate scene. Best spider of them all, Greg. Adding a bit of humor here and there is good. Makes the whole thing a lot more lively. It's like I talked about it with a couple of people previously, and I said, well, when you think about it, obviously I suppose you could say the No Mercy style run, because I don't know whether YouTube will allow me to say the other word. The No Mercy run obviously is going to be a lot more serious. You know, if I was to animate that with its tone and the fact that it's literally just all, hey, guess what? All these characters that you love are gonna die. You know, that's a lot more like a slasher film. But when I talked to a couple of other creators about specifically the pacifist route, a lot of people were saying like, yeah, you think the pacifist route should actually have some kind of humor like that because of the way that it is, and I'm like, that's fine. That's all I need to know. Oh. You can say Geno without the other bit. Yeah, I suppose I could. The Geno run. Need some spiders from Dark Crystal or Earlogs. There was Spooky or Harry Potter. I'm gonna have like the spiders be really cute, to be fair, because I know there are some people that talk to me in the internet and places, and they were just like, dude, can you do me a favor? Can you not make the spiders all creepy? And I was like, well, I can make the spiders really cute instead. And they were like, yeah, that'd be good, because like I kind of don't like spiders. And I was like, okay, I got you then. You know. So I figured doing that is kind of fun as well, because by the time we get to Muffet, it's like, oh, okay, these guys aren't that bad. Especially considering Muffet's entire thing that we've got planned is basically a food fight. You know, like one giant food fight. So yeah, I want to have the spiders being kind of creepy, but kind of cute. You know, so they're likable, but you can be like, I'm not so sure. You know. There are a load of funny ideas for this where I'm like, yeah, I want to make the story kind of serious. And, well, the extra story serious and kind of hopefully have a lot of impact. But at the same time, I want to make the actual stuff that appears in Undertale be kind of the same style humor that you'd expect, you know, where it's a lot of like comedic gag stuff, like from like Looney Tunes and other things that would work. At least you're making the spiders not scary as hell. The spiders being cute fits Undertale if you think about it. There's a lot of things where it's like when you think about it in terms of like, oh, we can do this, we can do that, it'll be fun. You know, there's a lot of things like that where it's like, you know what? It would actually be cute, funny, and I think people would enjoy it more if it was like this, you know. So then I'll go ahead and try and implement stuff like that, or I'll mention it. Like the whole thing about having the the first Temmie encounter where Temmie actually fights you properly and she has like extendo legs and things. When that fight happens, that's why like if you saw the short that I did, you know, when I've been showing off the short over and over again, the one that's like, so anyway, when you think of Undertale in 3D, do you think of this? You know, when you actually see that, you actually see the one of the funny Temmie ideas that we had that Voidly came up with me, where it was like we had an idea that that Temmie fight would also be basically like a joke on Jurassic Park, the second one, The Lost World. So you have like a bunch of Temmies that look like they have glowing eyes like cats, and they just pop up out of nowhere, and then Frisk's like, ah, and then has to run like mad. We just thought that was so funny. It was like, yeah, we can put that in, because that kind of makes sense as to why Frisk would all of a sudden just leg it from that area. It's like, what are these things? Why do they look crazy, and why are they, like, all wanting hugs? You know? And then have the one with the crazy long extendo legs there as well. Speaking of spiders, I wonder how the big one, Cake Spider in Muffet fight will look like. We have that. He looks so good. One thing about hugs, I zoned out. I was mentioning about how when you look at the short, the one where it says like, oh, we're making an Undertale movie, and it's an AU, and it doesn't look like Roblox or anything else. You know, you can see the Temmies in that have like glowing eyes and everything for a little bit when they pop out, and that's literally a joke based on the second Jurassic Park film, Lost World. And it's based specifically on the raptors in the field scene that's like right near the very end. And we were just like, yeah, we'll just make Temmies into raptors, but all they want is like hugs. Make the spiders do a moonwalk. Oh, that would be funny. Yeah, the big cake spider, the muffin one, he's a big friendly goober. I showed him off in the core update. Heard the sound of metal in the background. Was it just me, says Alvin? Did we? I mean, there's only me and Jen in the room, so... Jen, are you playing with, like, steel pipes in the background or something? Are we going to have to get the steel pipe sound effect that Lythero uses? Refound a voicemail with my voice. What the heck? I'm scared, says Sammy. They're probably messing around with you using, like, AI or something. Will you use life meters for battles or just movie style? I want to use like movie style. You know, try and make it slightly realistic. The movie Lost World is my favorite, to be honest. Yeah, you know the long grass segment at the end, well, close to the end, where one of them turns around and goes, "Don't go into the long grass," and it's just all of them getting all the InGen poachers getting killed by the raptors. Literally, that scene was what inspired the Temmie village scene, where we're going to have it, so they all come out of the long grass, and they all want hugs, rather than, obviously, to kill anyone. So they're just trying to jump on Frisk, and Frisk is like, what the heck is this? And like, has to run for their life. You know. Me and Voidley were on about it, we're just like, dude, this is so funny, we can't not do this. It's stuff like that where it just works. Like, when you think about it for a little while, it works with the way that the battle is portrayed and just the sense of humor that Toby put in the game. So, it's the funny thing is the project is like an entire mix of like humor and slightly serious undertone with the other story that I want to try telling. Trying to mix it is a bit crazy, but it's funny either way. It's fun going to be talking through more ideas as well at some point, you know, with everyone about like different monsters and like about how they're going to fight and different effects and stuff. That's one thing I'm going to have to probably go through with everybody, is all the notes that we made on the staff Discord about the monsters and like how they're going to be moving around and what they're doing and stuff. Will the player and Frisk's point of view be different? So the idea in general is that the player and Frisk both go on the same journey. They both are in the same place at the same time, but the entire thing is based on the fact that they change at certain points depending on what's going on. Like, for instance, you might have like a fight sequence or some certain part of like the normal story where it might be like a story segment or whatever, and the player will react to that differently, and then that will immediately send us into a little bit of the player's story and a little bit of their interactions with the world around them, and then it flips back again later on, so we get an equal kind of amount of both of them. So you get to see Frisk interacting normally and what their reactions would be, but you also start getting drip feeds of what the player's sort of perspective is and what their reactions are, their takes on everything, and you start slowly getting fed their story as well. That's the way I'm doing it, because the overall thing, I don't want to like just openly be like, oh yeah, this is exactly what's going on, but it's everything is both happening and not happening at the same time. It's the best way of saying it without giving anything away. It's interesting. I had to come up with like a load of like glitchy effects and everything to explain it, so it's gonna be fun eventually, like having gone through all this stuff and just being like, okay, so this is what's going on. I hope people enjoy it. But yeah, the idea was not to sort of stray too far away from the normal game, because then people can come in and enjoy that. But at the same time, for anyone that wants the player's story, that's given just enough priority that it still gets your attention. They're still there, but you get fun having the reactions of both of them, where Frisk's is obviously a little bit more light-hearted and fun. The players is a little bit more serious, so it kind of has that little juxtaposition where you're seeing two sides of like different events and things. Sammy says, we love Greg. I'm just gonna go. Oof. Sammy, take care. Just be careful with whatever hacking is going on or whatever. I need the cheese table now. Just let me try and find this again. See if I can find like a wooden table or something. If not, I can get the old one from here, because we've got it. Like, I can literally export this exact one. Where is it? Because I'm literally up to this section in the version that I'm on now. Just like doing that and little bits more foliage, and then I'm done, because I don't want to overdo this area with foliage. But yeah, I just need to get the cheese table, and then we are good to go. Have to check up with Sammy later. For anyone who doesn't know, Sammy's phone's got like hacked or something because of scammers, and she's getting all kinds of like weird messages and stuff. It's just not cool, for obvious reasons. Let's see. Wood table. Oh, that looks cool. Stylized low poly wooden table. The thing is, in game it's circular. But I don't have to get circular, especially if I can get one that looks like it's beaten up or whatever. Oh, there's a really tiny table. That'd actually be kind of fun. Let's see what chat says. Yeah, the phone thing was not good. Sammy mentioned it before. She's just like, so anyway, I applied for a job, and now I'm getting like scam phone calls and everything, and then my phone's been hacked or whatever, and I'm getting like weird voicemails with like people breathing down the phone to me. I'm just like, oh no, that's not good. So hopefully that will resolve itself and be okay. How much will a ticket be for Immersiontale? And also, what does the movie bucket look like? I need to eventually change the poster in the Undernet. That's going to be so fun when we can put out like the ruins, and all of a sudden all you see is like the Undernet updates and the poster changes to ruins now showing or something like that. That'd be so cool. That's the idea that I've got at the moment, at least. No. While I'm looking through Sketchfab here at the side. This low poly table. Dude, it's so good. I might actually take that. It's, what, like 200 tries? Where's the other one? Let's see about this one. The other one, 1,000 tries. I feel like taking the square one because it looks slightly more realistic would probably fit as well. Like, have everything be beaten up outside of Toriel's house, and then obviously Toriel's house inside looks pretty normal. We'll get this from Sketchfab. I'll put it in, put the cheese on it, and then away we go. And I'll also, because it's free commercial use, I think it is, I'm going to link the asset in the Discord, because I've done that for, like, everything. Every time I use an asset from, like, a site like that, I always post a link in the Discord so I can add it to the credits, which I'll have to do at some point. I'll just do, like, a stream, and you just see me, like, adding everything to the credits. Because the credits have not been touched in ages, and I need to actually update them so that everything's good. I need downloadable cheese. I never thought I would say that. I need downloadable cheese. I love the way somebody's just put just cheese, you know, as a model on Sketchfab. Let's see what else we can get here. Cheesecake. Like, all these models look good and everything, but I don't know about the Parmesan cheese low poly. Let's have a look at that one. Sunday breakfast cheese board. No, we're giving the mouse like all this luxury stuff. We don't even know how much cheese costs in the underground or how rare it is. Cheese wheel. That moment where I'm going for like semi-realistic cheese. It's going to be fun because I also have to update all the characters' clothing and everything, so that looks a little bit more realistic. Let's see what people say in chat here. Downloadable cheese. Yeah, I knew people would respond to that. Classic says, here's 20 bucks. Gotta head out and pick up my meds. Take care, Moody. Chat later. Rock on. Thank you very much again, Classic. Thank you very much for the super chat. I hope you're alright. You take care, yeah? That was very nice. I don't take super chats or anything for granted. So that was very kind. Where's this download? Why is downloadable cheese 22,000 tries? Oh god. That's probably why I got this cough. The cheese is too many polys. I was like, what? There's one for 11,000 tries. I wanted low poly cheese, not high poly cheese. Okay, there's Parmesan. That's 2,000 for a stack of Parmesan. The problem is, then, it's like, dude, does anyone actually believe this looks like a block of cheese? It's literally just a block of cheese on a table. It's either that or I take the cartoony slice that is... Oh! Dude, how the heck is that 316 tries? I don't know how somebody's done that, but I'm going to take that one because it's lower poly. Although I could use the block because the block actually looks pretty realistic. Nah, let's go with the other one. Downloadable cheese, here we come. Let's just go buy him. And then we'll take the cheese and just... Oh, no. That moment you throw it in the update channel by accident so that your update is literally just a link to a block of cheese. It's fine. No big deal. Did I just download that cheese? Yeah, I did. That moment where I'm gaslighting myself, I'm like, did I just download the cheese there? Is it good? Are we done? Yeah. Right, let's is that the cheese that I already have, actually, looking at it? No, it isn't. That's slightly lower poly. I'm literally getting driven crazy by cheese right now. Let's figure out this table and this cheese before I go absolutely mad. That moment where I'm like right near the end of doing the section and getting it all set up and everything, and cheese is the last thing that is driving me insane. More insane than I normally am, at least. Right, let's just get working on this cheese. Right, low poly wooden table. New wooden table, 2025. Source and textures. Okay. And then I can just import that. Anyone said cheese? Cheese. Right, so I should be able to now. Go into here, go to new collection. Cheese table. And just go file, import, DAE, I think it is. Hang on. Collada, yep. Ruins textures, new wooden table, source. Ta-da-da-da! There's the table. And then I just need the material, of which the basics are not found, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and play around with this. Source, textures, albedo. See if I can get this looking alright. Ray tracing? Why would I have ray tracing going actually? Right. Shading. Can I let's just get rid of that. Close. Close. Keep that on. Home. The big cheese. Oh, makes me want to play Resi 4 again. I literally got Resi 4 in VR. I started playing it the other day. I'm trying to do like all kinds of stuff in it. And it was really fun. And then my freaking battery died. And I was like, no! Normal maps. Normal map strength. Yes. Into the... Actually, no, that would be color, wouldn't it? Tangent space, color into color. Okay. And then got metallics. Oh, come on. Seriously. Can we just... There we go. Drag and drop all these textures. Away we go. Metallics. Roughness. Roughness is going to be interesting because if this messes up... Yeah, that's not giving me any... Hang on. 0.4? I think that might be okay though, like that. Alright, gotta go. Be safe, Mr. Dave. Remember, we believe in you. See you around, Alvin. Take care. I think I've got this cheese table done now. The big cheese. Cheese table. Square table. Ruins. Seriously want to play Resi 4 now. Like, that's... For those who haven't heard me say it, I've literally played every other version of Resi 4 outside of the new one. And I absolutely love it to death. No, all I can think of is like, dude, I want to play it now. One of my favorite games of all time. Cheese table 2025. And then we'll just go file new, general, biome. Every time I hear someone say drag and drop, I can't help but say drag and drop. I can't wait to actually have a drink after this as well, so I can stop dying. Because I think what I'll do is after this, I'll go ahead and take a break for tonight and jump off because of me streaming for God knows how long now. Hang on. Cheese 2025. Okay, that's easy. Your file collection. Cheese. File import .obj. Where is it? There we go. And there we go. Blender files. Source. There we go. Got the cheese! Guys, I got the cheese! The cheese is here! Oh, cheese. Ruins. Hey! I love the way that this said like it was only 200. Is it right? Oh, it's actually, yeah, 316 tries. Well, let's do shading. Get rid of that. I had a laugh today because one of the indie devs that I watched for ages was like, it gave themselves like a pat on the back for completing the project, based on one of the games that I tested, and they were like, so anyway, some people on stream I've noticed just like to break games, so they were causing a little bit of problem by like just trying to demolish my game, and I turned around and I was like, guilty, I am so sorry, but on the other hand, your project is really nice. You've made a brilliant game, I love you. You know. And they actually give it a thumbs up as well, so it's like, oh, I think I've been let off the hook. You know. Let's do, upscale. Image AI. Which one did I use? Oh, pixel cut. No. Upscale media, maybe? Ah, yeah, it was. I need to... I don't believe I'm saying this, but... I can't wait for Immersion Rune. Not happening, but... Yeah. I love the way I'm going to have to admit that I'm literally upscaling cheese. I'm upscaling cheese with AI. I don't even... I'm using AI to make the texture less blurry, and I'm enhancing the quality so that it's going to be like 4K resolution for cheese. Oh, why do I do this? Let's do ×4 resolution. Make the cheese hyper realistic. And take up space equal to that of the current project. That would be insane. Well, let's turn off the image enhancement for a sec, because I need to see if I can get away with that, because it makes it look too smooth. Ah, there we go. That actually looks better. Can I do like ×8 resolution here? No joke. This website is actually really good. Like upscale.media.upload does it for free. You can have like 1 or 2, I think, free each time you do it, but it's great because like for projects like this where I only need like certain textures upscaling, it's like, dude, I can just get this done. I don't need to pay anybody, and it's actually pretty good and doesn't leave any artifacts or anything, and it's not like where some AI just like fill in blocks and it goes absolutely disgusting. Instead, it's like, no, it does what it says on the tin. It's actually really good. Right, can I just, like, upload that normal map? See about that? Because I want to change the normal map as well. I've taken a texture from 256 to 256 to 124 by 124. And now I just need to hope that the normal map looks okay. And then I'll show you guys the high-res cheese, hopefully. Here's where I find out, like, the normal map is trash, and then when I use it, it's just, like, the most terrible thing ever. And then I end up just being like, okay, the cheese is done for. We ain't using it. Right, let's do normals. We'll replace the original normals and the original texture with the new stuff. Here we go. It's not going to be 4K cheese, but it's going to be at least slightly higher than this. The funny thing is, it's hardly noticeable there at the moment. Let's see if it's noticeable with the normal map. Right, so all I need to do is take this. Take the normal map. Normal. Oh, no. God damn it. No. Yeah, I can't spell. That moment where, like, every person that does game content can't spell at some point in the career. Oh, that's not hooked up properly. That needs to go the other one. I've seen ones where it's like, you just name an asset slightly wrong and it just looks stupid. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. And then we can tone the roughness down to about 4, so it's got a bit of shine to it. We'll have a laugh even though it's not 4K cheese and name it 4K cheese for the sake of it. I'll even go all in and just be like... I just named the file 4K cheese. Thanks, Lucy. No, for a laugh. I'm gonna be looking at that in my file directory and be like, seriously? It's like, what did I do here? It's like, oh, wait a minute, Lucy was messing around and we were joking about the cheese. Oh. It's gonna have me, like, what? No, the amount of people, though, like, when they do, like, dev stuff like this, or, like, they'll just put, like, CH or whatever, or they'll put, like, Ches for a laugh or something. It's like, you go into your file directory, like, the craziest ones I've seen is, if you've been around for, like, long enough in terms of, like, messing around with other people's files, or going into games and debugging, like, you know, getting the files out by extracting them, or ripping them and seeing what names the files have and stuff like that. You'll get all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, obviously, Japanese ones will have, like, Japanese names to them. So you'll be like, okay, so now I either need to learn Japanese or just look at what the texture is and make my own name up for it. But, like, some English ones will just be, like, really stupid. You know, where they'll have, like, either wrong spelling or just completely stupid names or things like that. And it's just like, dude, what are we doing here? It's like the coding things, where if you've seen, like, people doing coding for video games, and behind the scenes they're just like, this code does not fucking work, and then when you see it get, like, open sourced, you get to see them actually just venting at the fact that none of the stuff works, and they have to do, like, some really stupid and crazy workarounds. You know, it's pretty amusing. I think everybody's seen at least one of those videos, right? There's, like, Jedi Academy, Half-Life, and I think one more or something that's available, plus, like, a load of other ones that people have done. But the Half-Life ones especially are funny, and the Jedi Academy one is funny as well. Like, just watching the devs actively, like, writing code notes to each other and being like, this doesn't work, this is crap, do it again, and things like that. It's so funny. Another day in the industry. Cheese table. Let's grab the cheese table here. Oh my god, look at that. The cheese table's bigger than the entire ruins. Should just get a shot of that and just be like, so anyway, that moment when the cheese table is about, I'd say twice as tall as God of Hyperdeath Azrael, maybe bigger. Actually, I think it is way bigger. Oh no, wait, you can't see that because, yeah, spoilers. So let's put it this way. The cheese table that I imported because the scaling was wrong, the cheese table is like the size of, like, the Empire State Building compared to Frisk. So crazy. I love the way people are going to come in and just see cheese on screen and be like, dude, what the heck is going on here? It's like, there is a method to this madness. Or rather, there is a reason behind this, but I'm not going to tell you. Also, can I play that animation? Ha! I can play that animation in the background, so it at least gives you guys something to watch. That actually looks alright, but the problem is it's running at like 2 FPS because of the way that this renders stuff at the moment. Do not question the cheese. just get that as like a soundbite for the next update. Just randomly have me just shouting that in the intro. Do not question the cheese. Like, what was up with Dave at this point? He was tripping. He was totally tripping. I'm gonna have the table be slightly taller than like up to Frisk's shoulder because it's gonna be like monster height, right? Tutorial. So if I have it there, let's just compare it to tutorial, and then if that's right, then it's gonna be cute, making Frisk look that like they're entirely tiny as that. Although Frisk is like a decent height as well, so that's gonna be interesting because tutorial is massive compared to Frisk. Let's see if putting this in the correct place works. I love the way I've got two versions of Blender running at the same time. One of them's actually running a freaking render that's kind of expensive, going at like 10 frames per second. Which side of the save point is the cheese on? Oh, it's the other way around. I need to move the cheese. So if I put there we go. We got the cheese table there. Let's see what everybody's saying. Almost done. Right now, if I move the save point light over to the other side, then what I can do here actually is just like make the save point light slightly ambient. Because I want it to have a little bit more like of an impact on the environment, but I don't want it to have a custom distance of 40 either. What I want to do is have it so it illuminates the wall and doesn't look as bad. What's it exposed? Oh, Jesus! Okay. So, you probably heard that. I was like, I wonder what exposure does. I think I just found out what exposure does. I'm now I gotta show that for a laugh. I'm just gonna be like, I am now blind, but at least I know what exposure does. Because it never had that setting before in lights. And now I can't see anything. Actually, that might be... Dude, if that's got exposure, then why do I need that light to be that strong when I can just go... Can I just turn off custom distance? Okay, let's try exposure 2 or something. Try that and just go like 30. Like me messing around with lights again here. Oh, excuse me. Almost done. And I'm not blind. Thank God. I've had to do like a double light setup. I might make the exposure just slightly stronger. But that's actually not bad. And I need to change all the lights because of the way that they work. They need to be more of a orange light. Which I've copied all of them, so that should change the lighting a little bit in the area. Let's see. When Blender uses solar flare, yeah, it's pretty much. That'd be a nice save light bit on the wall. First avatar I use in VRC can spawn a save that does a bit of light. I think I've got one like that, but yeah, the idea here is like having the light be a little bit more intense for save points. Let's do, oh no, 30. I've just realized I'm editing the other lights instead of the save point one. Can I just have like 1.4 for exposure, or maybe, actually, come on, we'll do 2. Radius can be 0.1 on fall off, or 0. I want it to be just about right. 2. Oh, that's not actually. That's kind of nice. Oh, hell yeah. Oh. Oh, Rachel. Rachel needs us. I'm gonna have to get going, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for sticking around for like 3 hours or something. Yeah. I appreciate the company. Thank you very much for the super chats. And I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye!